Hello everyone and welcome to day number 27, and we are going to be talking about the coordinate plane. Now the coordinate plane begins in grade 5 and then it extends all through middle school, and today we will be starting from the beginning. So some of this will be review and for others it'll be something that you're learning for the first time. Okay, so let's go over that. So on page number 1, you will see a visual model of a coordinate plane. Now, as you notice here, the coordinate plane is actually made up of two number lines. A horizontal number line, which is called your x-axis, and a vertical number line, which is called your y-axis. Okay? And you'll go ahead and drag drop your labels to the correct location on your coordinate plane. All right. Then in the middle here is called your origin. And the coordinate ordinate pair for the origin is 0, 0. Okay. Now, as you notice, the coordinate plane is divided into 4 quadrants. All right. Quadrant 1 is here. Quadrant 1, I'll just abbreviate Q for quadrant. Quadrant 2 is here. Quadrant 3 is here. And quadrant 4 is here. So go ahead and label your coordinate plane. And it's just really important that you remember this. Just memorize this. I think on yours, they're actually written in Roman numerals for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, just try to remember this because this is something that you're going to have in your mind when you're plotting points and when you're interpreting a graph of a line and what that might mean for a given situation. Okay, all right. On the second page, it just gives you some items to go ahead and draw in each quadrant, just to familiarize yourself with the quadrant. So the first one says, create one diamond in quadrant 1. Well, quadrant 1 is here, remember? So anywhere on there with your shape tool, just create a diamond. It doesn't matter where it is, just create a diamond anywhere in that quadrant, okay? Create 2 ovals in quadrant 2. Well, where is quadrant 2? Quadrant 2 is here. And I have to create 2 ovals. So again, using your shape tool, just create 2 ovals anywhere in that quadrant, okay? Create 3 rectangles in quadrant 3. This is quadrant 3. And go ahead with your shape tool and create 3 rectangles. I don't care if you make them horizontal rectangles, vertical rectangles. I'll go ahead and make horizontal rectangles. It really doesn't matter. However you want to do it is fine, okay? Create 4 triangles in quadrant 4, which is here. So just create 4 triangles. It doesn't have to be in the exact location that I'm making mine. You can make yours anywhere you want within quadrant 4. All right. And then it says create 1 heart that lies in both quadrants 2 and 3. So it has to be in one. It has to overlap quadrant 2 and 3. So the only place that it'll overlap that is right here on your x-axis. So just draw a heart. Okay. In quadrant 2 and 3. All right, so then the next page looks like this, and you have some points that are labeled A, B, C, and D, and over here E, F, G, and H, and you have to figure out what is the coordinate pair that represents that particular label, right? So I'll just do a few. I see here with C. So when we're reading pairs, you always start with the x-axis, which is your horizontal axis. So looking at C, here's my x-axis. I see that it starts at 4 and I go up to 2. So C would be 4, 2. Okay, let's look at let's look at G. Okay, well, this is my x-axis, so I start here and here's my point. So the point that is halfway in between 3 and 4 is 3.5, right? So 3.5 and my finger goes up to 2. So my pair is 3.5, comma 2. And you can go ahead and figure out the rest on your own. All right, and then the last page, they want you to drag these points at the bottom here to create these points here, 1 through 7. So for example, if we were going to do number 5, the point there is 1, comma 8. So again, you always start on the x-axis. So I find 1 on the x-axis, which is right here, because like I've always told you, whenever you see a coordinate plane or a graph, if there are no points, then you put the points in there. So I have a 2, so I know that before the 2 is a 1, and then in between the 2 and the 4 is a 3, and you can go ahead and label it if you'd like. But here's 1, and I need to go 1, comma 8. So I start on my x-axis, and from 1, I go all the way up to 8, and I make my dot. In your case, you would drag your dot, and that would be 0.1, comma 8, okay? So I did this one. So let's just do another one, 9, comma 5. Well, here's 9, because we always start on the x-axis. So 9, comma 5. Here's 9, and my finger goes up to 5, which is right here, and that is 5 in between 4 and 6, and that would be that point, okay? So you go ahead and plot all your points, and then see if you could use the shape tool to connect all your dots and see what it forms, all right? So we're going to be expanding on the coordinate plane in day number 29 and on, and then we'll go ahead and look at some other topics in middle school math. But the bottom line is you really need to have an understanding of the coordinate plane and know how to label the parts of the coordinate plane, know where the x and y axis, where the origin is, and where quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4 are located, okay? And just remember, when you graph a point on the coordinate plane, you always begin with the x-axis, okay? All right, and I will see you tomorrow in day number 28. Bye-bye.